Okay, so let's take again one last look at a crazy situation. It'll be very similar to the last one we just did. We're got to find the x, and again, the x distance is that distance right there. And you can see for the two angles that we have, there's two right triangles. So let me break them down as follows. So let's start with this one first. So the trick will be, let's call that side h, right? And so for that right triangle that I have drawn there, here's the situation, right? I have 40 degrees here, this is 80, and this is h. So for the 40 degrees, this is opposite, and this is adjacent. So it looks like the tangent of 40 degrees is my opposite over my adjacent, which is 80. And so multiplying both sides by 80, all right, what we get here is that h is 80 times the tangent of 40 degrees. All right, so there's our h value with regard to that. Now, of course, we could actually find the estimated value, but I'd ask you to hold off because try to hold on to that exact value as long as you can, because if you start rounding things off early in the game, as you use that calculation later in other calculations, you're going to compound an error. And that's actually not a good thing, because especially when you're trying to get within 3, 4, 5 decimal accuracy, if you introduce an error early, you compound it and you're going to create more errors later. So hold on to that exact value as long as you can. So there's h, right, for this triangle right there. Now what about the other triangle? Well, in that situation, right, we have 25 degrees, right? This side we've labeled as h. It's the same side as the other one, but the side here we have x and 80. That is x plus 80. And so again, this is the opposite. This is the adjacent for the 25 degree angle. So that's tangent. So the tangent of 25 degrees, right, is my h component divided by x plus 80. And again, solving for this, if we multiply both sides by x plus 80, right, we'll cancel out over here, and we end up with h equals x plus 80, right, times the tangent of 25 degrees. And so now, right, what I have are two equations and two unknowns, right, h and x. So just like we did up here, what we need to do is put them together. So let me transition to a new kind of fold this up. So here's what the work's going to look like for what we have. All right, let me make sure it's orientated right too, so it's not all cockeyed there. All right, so if we put these together, we're saying that x plus 80 tangent of 25 degrees is equal to 80 tangent of 40 degrees. All right, so if h is this, then h is that. That means they're equal together. So unlike the last one, we only have one x to solve for. So I'll first distribute. Okay, and to start getting this x by itself, my first move would be to subtract that guy, right? So subtract it from both sides. Okay, so what do we end up with here? We have x tangent of 25 degrees equals, again, notice that the 80 is common to both. So I'm going to factor that 80 out, and in parentheses, I have tangent of 40 degrees minus the tangent of 25 degrees. All right, and of course, to finish this off, I'll divide both sides by tangent of 25. Whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. And so what we get is that x is 80 parentheses tangent of 40 degrees minus tangent of 25 degrees, all divided by the tangent of 25 degrees. All right, and so there's basically what we have. If we wanted to clean this up, keep in mind that there's two fractions here. So maybe we say that x is 80, the tangent of 40 degrees over the tangent of 25 degrees. right, minus 80, the tangent of 25, divided by the tangent of 25. And we truly have an elimination there. So it looks like we have x equals, again, that was an exact answer, but I'm just looking forward to using this, putting this on a calculator, where we have tangent of 40 divided by the tangent of 25, and then it looks like we're subtracting 80. Okay, and there's a lot of ways we can write that, but at any rate, right, there's our exact answer. So going to my calculator, how about I type it, I'm going to actually see how the 80 is constant to both. I'm going to say that x is equal to 80, and I got a parentheses, tangent of 40 degrees over the tangent of 25 degrees minus 1, right, if I factor that 80 out. So perhaps that's the way I put it in my calculator, right? Or you could have put it in this way as well. So either way, I'd appreciate if you guys showed me what you inputted. So here's my input. So 80, they don't have brackets, so I'm going to use parentheses. I've got the tangent of 40 divided by the tangent of 25 and minus 1, close parentheses. So you can kind of, there's the tangent 40, tangent over 25 minus 1, got my parentheses, close my parentheses, it's being multiplied by 80. So when I press that, it looks like our estimated answer is 63, sorry about that, 63.9564, right, if we go for 4 decimal accuracy. So there would be the completion of that problem. So to start, again, using that trick of labeling one side as h, right, creating two equations given the two different right triangle situations we have. In this case, it's probably best, again, to solve for h in each one. Now that I know what h is equal to both, I can set them equal to each other, right? And then once I set them equal to each other, it's basically algebra past that point. And then how far you want to take it down here is up to you, right? We could have stopped there and put it in my calculator. I was just kind of playing around with the algebra to eventually try to create something that's easier to put in my calculator. So I just was using some algebra to accomplish that fact. Of course, you could just leave it like that too, right? And you should get the same thing. So there you go. You can see there's a lot more action going on here, a lot more algebra combined with our trig. So hopefully a lot of our review with our algebra, me kind of forcing you guys to set up equations and solve those equations. You can see the fruits of our labor coming up in 2.5. So much more, but there's just basically the start, all right, of solving some tougher right triangle situations. More coming later.